What's going on, YouTube? How are you? My name is Nick. In this video, I am going to share with you some customer service tips that are going to help you avoid getting bad reviews in the worst situations possible. I want to preface this video with being sure and being able to kind of think in the future when you're dealing with an Airbnb guest. Everything needs to be done on the platform of Airbnb and not outside because it will create more and extra work for you if there really is something that happens. So I had a problem with a guest who came. Actually, I didn't have a problem. He had a problem with checking into the home, and our door was not working. It didn't lock. So I'm going to go through this and I'm going to read some stuff and explain to you basically how he got bit by a scorpion, how he had so many issues, people outside partying and they were throwing up, and he was with his like 73-year-old grandmother or mother, and it was kind of a disaster for him. But I always set the expectations up front, and I encourage you to always be there to fix the problem that you can within your control. All right. That's what Airbnb is looking for. So let's jump into this. I'm going to show you. So I have some automated messaging. I use Hospitable for automated messaging. And I said something like, I have these go out to all. I hope that you've settled in all right and enjoying your stay. Please note this is a 5-star rated review or rated Airbnb. This one is specifically in Tulum. I said we also have ATV and cenote excursions, so I do some upselling there. Then later on, I said, hey, Michael, hopefully the AC temperature inside is nice and everything. Hey, thanks, Heimer. Just settled in, headed to the beach in a few. My pleasure. If you need anything, will do. So he had already settled in. I forgot to mention that. So then the next day on February 15th, hey, I hate to say, but we're actually going to look for somewhere else and we'd like to cancel. Now, I have a strict cancellation policy. Um, I don't allow people to cancel, and I keep them there because I set the expectation from the beginning in the listing. And then I also am there to work with you. Like, you can't just cancel because the door broke, right? So he was locking up and checking the doors to leave and realized you can't lock the first room sliding door. The catch in the door just pulls right out with no effort, and we've got too much stuff here to leave it open, and it's very busy around. So we're in Tulum, right? I do have security outside. There is a security guard that manages the 6 units inside. He checks people in and whatnot. So I know no one's going to steal anything, but to Airbnb, this is an important situation. And I get it. If I have a laptop there and I'm leaving going to the beach and someone were to steal my laptop, like, I'm upset, my camera, whatever. But we have to think of how do we make this a solution, right? So I said, I can have someone come and fix that for you, but you know that we have 24 hours, 24/7 security. You can also lock your stuff in the closet with the water heater. There should be a key in the door. He said, no, there's no key in the door. We have a cleaning crew there that uses that closet as like to keep toilet paper and soap and the broom and the mop. But in this situation, this provides the solution. His only issue was from the text that the door doesn't lock. So I don't ask the question of, is that the only thing? Because then he could give more and then I have to create more solutions. No, his only problem was he can't lock the stuff. So I had somebody come and bring the key for him. And he said, "Can we just pay for you the last night and cancel the rest?" Well, that's not really how it works because it's last minute. We have a strict cancellation policy, the same as an airline. It would be the same as if I told you, hey, Michael, we have someone who wants to pay more money, so we'd ask if you could find a new place. Like, I would never do that. So I always flip it on them for them to understand, hey, this is a business for me. I'm willing to work with you and help you. And he says, I said, what I can do is bring a key for you to the storage closet, or I can have our guy come and fix the door for you. And he said, well, can't be that thorough, to be honest. Because I said we do thorough checks each turnover to avoid situations like this prior to your check-in. Well, it can't be that thorough, to be honest. There were a couple types of hair on the pillows, no toilet paper, no trash can or bags, full of mosquitoes, bathroom windows unlocked. Internet went down every 10 minutes yesterday until I restarted the modem this morning. no key where you thought there should be. One, TV's unplugged in the bedrooms. The lock issue this morning was just too much. We had to put all of our food in the fridge because there's ants all over the kitchen. Maybe it's your management company, nothing against you. Let me show you what this property looks like because I find that hard to believe. Um, but I'll show you what this property looks like so that you get an idea. It is this one. Now, the ants, I believe the ants. This is the property. I believe the ants because we are like literally in the jungle. If you leave food outside, the ants are going to come. Like, there's all kinds of stuff. There's scorpions. I'm going to tell you that story in a second. This is the spot. We have a strict cleaning policy, and it looks like this all the time. Like, we have it set like this all the time. Um, and so I said, that's odd because yesterday at 2:57, you told me everything was good. Remember, he said over here at 2:57, thanks. Yep, just settling in, heading to the beach, right? So usually in my settle in period from a road trip, from traveling an hour and 40 minutes from Cancun to Tulum, I'd probably use the bathroom. I'd probably get a cup of water. I probably would not check to see if the beds had hair in them. That possibly could have been something from where we clean at the local laundromat, but I could fix that. We have extra sheets. That's not a problem. I can have someone come over, and you should too. So I said, that's odd. This is the first I'm hearing this. I don't put the key in that door because this is for the cleaning crew. It's not for guests, but I'm glad that you're sharing this with me now. I need to let my company know this. My cleaning company, I can have them bring the key, and then I'll have someone fix the doors. Well, but I can assure you that no one's going to go inside the home. And I confirmed, you're worried that your stuff will be stolen if someone broke in. And then I said, Michael, the key for the locked doors on top of the cabinets in the kitchen. That's where the cleaning lady had put it, I think. And he said, Nick, I said everything was okay, meaning we successfully got into the door. The issue we encountered revealed themselves the first night upon settling in, more than 5 minutes. And so, yes, the first you're hearing about this is next morning after we woke up from an awful night's sleep, requiring sleep medications to get through. The pool is cloudy. There was vomit outside of the stairwell next to our door this morning. There was a loud, repetitive buzzing sound right outside our door that went off 30 seconds last night. I have video to prove this, yet Airbnb doesn't allow me to send the video to you. We are traveling with my 70-year-old mother and my 6-year-old son to make statements such as people don't have houses broken into Mexico is quite frankly an absolute untruth. Certainly, we can keep this conversation based in reality. The broken lock was the last straw in a long list of issues. How any of this can be considered acceptable as a host and that you insist we stick it out is honestly shocking. So, this is kind of a difficult message to get because Michael could easily go straight to Airbnb. And I'm going to show you how this is handled professionally very quickly, so that we can shoot this down, keep him there, keep him happy, and ultimately not get a bad review. And he said also the kitchen cabinet doesn't have the key up top. Um, and that was at 1:15. I didn't see this message until 5:30. I probably did see this, but what I do is I let people cool down. When I don't always respond right away. If he said, I'm going to contact Airbnb right now, that's a different story. But sometimes they're here, they're hot-headed, they go to the beach, they relax because they don't know what to do in the situation. They're traveling from very far away. They're like, well, I need to get this sorted first so I know I get the refund. And you have to put yourself in their position. I'm with my 71-year-old mom and my son. I don't want to ruin their trip. It's not really the end of the world. Let's just go to the beach, guys. So I let them kind of settle down. And I said, Michael, I'm just seeing this. I said, you always have the power to cancel with Airbnb, but with the strict cancellation policy, he's not going to get a refund. But let me address your concerns. Just give me 1 minute. I was at work and I couldn't respond. I'll address the issues as mentioned because our cleaning crew and I have a system in place in which we communicate very closely. I own the penthouse above you, and the same cleaning crew cleans and replenishes the missing items each turnover. We always have a garbage can in the home. Since this is Tulum, you might not recognize it because it's made of wicker. It gives the home the Tulumi feel. So if you look here in the kitchen, it's not like a typical garbage pail. I don't know if we have a picture of it. Yeah, right here. So this is actually the garbage pail right here, this little one right here. And so um, I told him my cleaning lady placed garbage bags inside the home for you. She did send me a photo, which she did send me a photo, but I apologize that you didn't see this. And we use something called TP Link, a Deco TP Link, which is basically just actually he sent it right here. This little white piece, it repeats the signal. Why? Because every single thing is built in cement in Tulum and here in Mexico, and so the signal doesn't always travel through the cement. It's not like the United States where there's sheetrock. And so I said we use something like this as a mesh network. And I noticed last night that your Galaxy S22 phone was reconnected to it because I have the app on my phone and it tells me if there's an issue. So unfortunately, this is Tulum and it's a very spotty area with the infrastructure because it is the jungle. And that, with that said, occasionally things do need to be reset and updated. This is why I have the deco on all the units to provide optimal speeds for guests as well as monitor things in case I need to call GigNet, which is our service provider. As for the key is not for you or any guest, hence why we keep our supply closet locked. We also sell mezcal and tequila to guests, and I imagine having an open closet of mezcal and tequila available to kids. Just imagine what that would be like. That would be bad. The TV unplugged in the bedrooms, this I was unaware of. Just plug it back in. One of the TVs needed a new backlight, and maybe the repairman plugged it in and took it off the wall, and he just forgot to replug it in. So thank you for plugging it back in. I'm not going to even address that. As for ants being in the home, we live in the middle of the jungles in Tulum. Mexico is in the Caribbean, and if we were to leave food out, they're going to come. They will come within 5 to 10 minutes of smelling food. In fact, I've had hundreds come before. I've seen scorpions in the very unit that you're in. I've seen snakes in the hallway and coati, which are like it's like a raccoon mixed with an anteater. They're here in Tulum, drinking from the pool, and I've seen toucans in the treetops. Actually, I saw two toucans, so I guess that'd make it a four can. We overturn these homes just about every single day. Now, I'm sure this sounds as if I'm completely taking the blame off of me and passing it on to many other things, but I'm really not trying to sound like that. In reality, I can fix all of these things very quickly, including the hair that you found on the pillow. Our laundry is cleaned by a laundromat company because they do it much faster. It is very possible that the laundromat had clean hair on the pillows, but I'll speak with my team regarding that. But like I mentioned, I could have fixed all of this last night for you so you didn't have to take medicine to fall asleep. Typically, when people check into a hotel, they make sure everything is good. I take this stuff very seriously, hence why we literally have nothing less than a 5-star review because I'm here to address these things for you. From my understanding, Mary, my cleaning lady, brought you toilet paper and garbage bags, and she sent me this photo, which is outside of the unit. This is literally the stairwell outside of the unit. The front door is right here, and garbage bags. Now, let me address the other concerns about the pool and the vomit, and then we can organize some sort of solution. So, you see how I was able to take this crazy text message, break it down simply, and now I'm going to even break it down and so that I'm going to provide solutions. Now, the most important part here is that I am not doing well, I am doing this for Michael himself, but I also am doing this so that Airbnb sees my thought process and I don't get a flag in Airbnb's system. And I am creating this visual for everyone on the platform to show, hey, I understand there's a concern. I'm going to address it. Here's how I addressed it. And now I'm going to create solutions. So the pool is considered a shared pool. This is not a part of the unit, and we clean this pool 2 times a week, right? Tulum is a very unique place, and the situation is unique with the pool because we don't use tiles. What we do is we use cement, and this cement is called chakum. So you can see that all of this underneath here is a cement, and chakum is basically a resin from the trees that's mixed into the cement to create a sealant, and it looks very nice. It's a tree resin mixed inside. The pool is very porous underneath. It's just cinder block and cement. So what happens is the sun heats the pool and some of the tree resin over time might mix in. Think when you go to the beach and the sand makes the water cloudy because it's mixed in. There's nothing wrong with the pool or it being dirty. This is actually normal. Now, you might go to a new Airbnb and they have a pool that has white chacum. The white chacum takes a little bit longer for the pool to be cloudy. If you would like, I can have someone come and clean the pool for you and make a special request. So, boom, now the pool is cleaned. I'm going to leave it on to him. Do you want me to call somebody to clean the pool for you after I explain that? Vomit outside the door. Yeah, this sounds disgusting. Again, I'm not trying to take the blame off, but is there any vomit anymore? Did someone clean it up? So I'm asking, did someone come and clean it up? Because I told my team, hey, there's vomit outside. Someone's got to clean it up. I have mentioned I have a penthouse upstairs. I get a lot of people who come to visit and they party, just like the rest of the people in Tulum. It's a party town as well as a town for health and wellness and food and this amazing Caribbean vibe, but people do party. I can most likely bet it was the guest in my personal unit upstairs because they went to a festival last night. I actually got them a taxi to go there, and they most likely came home a little intoxicated. These are outside things that I can't control, but they could be found anywhere in Tulum. If it was not cleaned up outside the door, then that is a problem, and I don't blame you. I would not want to wake up and see it or deal with that. But this is an outside issue of mine, similar to the pool. Now, the buzzing, I heard that once. Actually, I heard it once, and it scared the shit out of me in the middle of the night, like a fire alarm. There was a fire alarm. I've heard the same thing. But the city has installed these alarms, and I don't know why they go off or what they have them hooked up to in the city. The city has them hooked up to the building. We have no idea. Occasionally they do go off, but it happens in other buildings as well randomly. I've lived in Mexico for 4 years now. I've never once locked any of my doors, and I'm not making this up, but Mexico is quite safe, which you would be surprised. Not only that, but we literally have 24/7 security outside of the front gate, and that gate locks. And the last person who left kept the door open. If the last person who left kept the door open, then our guard, Thomas or Eric, comes and courteously and as a courtesy pulls the door shut. That way no one else can enter. Now, as for a solution, because at this point I'm sure you plan to leave a 1-star review because this is not what you expected. Some things are out of my control. That's just part of this. What I can do is fix what's in my control and go above and beyond to make everything right for you. One, the key was left in the lockbox key this morning for you. Like I mentioned, we don't give the guests this key because we keep the door locked. But I can give this to you until we get the door fixed. So that was his main concern. His main concern was we want to leave because of all these other issues, but the the tip of the straw or whatever it's called was the door didn't lock. I fixed that for you. I'm going to fix the lock. Hyro, our maintenance guy, he can come and fix the lock. He will have to come by and do that. 3, I can lay down some ant traps. Just please keep your son away from them since they are poison. 4, I will speak with the guest upstairs about last night. 5, I can have my cleaning crew come by and replace all the sheets for you. As for the review, I plan to leave you a 5-star review regardless. I don't think you should have to go through any of this, especially with your 71-year-old mother, like at all. And I want to make sure that all of this gets fixed for you. But I don't like to play with ultimatums. I have like I don't like I don't do this like I'm gonna leave you a 5-star review and I expect you to leave me a 5-star review, or the other way around is I'm gonna leave you a 1-star review because I know it's important for your business and I want a refund and blah blah blah. No, I'm providing the solution for you. You gotta help me, you gotta work with me, I'll work with you, but you can't just cancel in the middle of a thing. The same way as if you go on an airplane and you don't show up to your flight, you don't get your flight reimbursed because they could have sold that flight the same way I could have sold this night to somebody else. And it's very hard to find someone. My New York property, I can get someone to book it right away, same day, within 10 minutes by lowering the price. But here in Tulum, people already have plans. They flew here. They drove, it's not something that you can do that. So I said, I've been doing this a long time and I'd like to consider myself a good host. I attend to everyone and respect and do anything and everything I can to do to fix things. I know the unit itself is not bad. It's a beautiful unit. So I would like to coordinate with you to fix all of this. I do apologize that today I was here in Tulum, and as you may have figured out, there is little to no service to send text. Let me know your thoughts. Then I sent him the picture of the key. Now that was on at 6:26 p.m. on February 15th, I think it was. February 15th was the day. Yep, February 15th. This all happened February 15th. Now, he never responded for 2 days from February 15th to February 17th. His stay was February 14th to February 18th. And so I did everything that I could. I never got a response. He never said anything. My automated messaging sent out a message the day before checkout. Hey, Michael, sorry to keep bothering you, but I want to let you know about checkout. Checkout's at 11 a.m., blah, blah, blah. I plan to leave you a 5-star review. This is automated. These are the same for every guest that comes. Everything above here, obviously, I typed. So sent him again. Again, I sent him another message later on. Sorry to keep bothering you. I just want to let you know checkout's at 11 a.m. Oh, it's sent twice. I don't know why. February 18th, 3 days later, hi, we're out. Storage room is locked up and both keys are in the lockbox. Nothing about all of the stuff that I explained to him. I said, okay, great. Look, I hope, and then I said, look, I hope you had a good time despite the issues in the beginning. I never heard back from you until now. I hope that you get home safely and your son and mom had a wonderful trip. Then I have another automated message, which I probably should have turned off because now I'm like, hey, I really strive to make sure everyone had their trip goes well. I'm hoping you can leave me a 5-star review. I probably should have turned that off, but I forgot. And now I'm requesting for a 5-star review. That was on February 18th. On February 24th, he sent me a picture of that. Hey, sorry. Yeah, it was fine. Although I did get stung by a scorpion in bed one of the last mornings. Worst alarm clock ever. Laugh out loud. I did want to say that the showers don't have silicone at all, so they leak bad at the bottom and flood where the toilet is. Not sure if you are aware of that. See what you're trying to I see what you're trying to do there, and it is good. Might suggest have some coffee on hand. Thank you. I understand how detrimental bad reviews are, so I'm not going to do that. I appreciate the effort afterwards. Like, if this is not the gold standard of customer service, like I I was really scared about this. Now, I run this for a buddy of mine. This unit is one of my best friends, my partner Danny, and like we were starting out this unit and I was super concerned because in the first five Airbnbs, in the first five guests, we got to get nothing less than a 5-star review. And this was like a headache. And Mariana, who is my manager, my Airbnb manager, she's like, this guy's he's gonna leave a bad review. I'm like, no, let's break it down. Let's organize it in a structured manner. Let's provide solutions. Let's talk to him like he's a human. And let's not forget about the reviews. Let's figure out how we can do this. And look at how it came out. Hey, Michael, I'm just seeing this. Wow. Okay. Thanks for letting me know this. I'm sorry about the scorpion. Hell yeah. That's a crazy alarm clock. I hope one day you do come back and I'll have the team seal the glass in the shower as well. And he sent me a picture of this. He goes, for sure. For sure. It was both showers too. So as of today, his last day was February 18th. He sent me this on March 24th. On February 24th. Today is March 2nd. It's still awaiting guest review. You have 14 days to review that or to write the review. And I feel pretty confident that he's over it. He was like, you know what? Nick did a good job. We did have a good time. He did fix everything. We didn't have to worry about getting another spot. But I wanted to show you this because this is how you got to treat your guests. Airbnb is setting the standard. You cannot get anything less than a 5-star review to be successful on the platform. Airbnb is rewarding hosts and listings that are not giving them problems. It's the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule means that 80% of Airbnb's business is coming from 20% of the best units on Airbnb. And in order to do that, you have to fall within their algorithm. And how do you do that? You don't get anything less than a 5-star review. And if that takes you having to hire a customer service representative, like someone that really, truly, truly understands how to handle this type of stuff, I'm going to say this about myself. Like, I think that I am very good in these situations because I think logically. You can see in this whole thing that it was logically thought out. And yeah, it might be kind of like a dick thing, but I left everything in his control. I'm here to help you, Michael. I'll help you out. What do you need? What do you want? You're not going to cancel. I can't allow you to cancel. I have a strict cancellation policy. The expectations were set from the beginning. There's ants. We're in the jungle. The pool, it's Chakum. Like but I can have someone come and fix it. And so this is how you, as a Airbnb host, needs to think, uh, because this is where it all starts, and this is where you separate yourself from 3-star reviews and 5-star reviews, or just not getting a bad review. Like, I'd rather him not leave a bad review than getting anything less than a 5-star review. And I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to push it with him. We moved on. We have more bookings. We'll get more 5-star reviews. But it's a lesson learned for my whole team. And it's a lesson learned for the customer service type of ordeals. So I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Comment below, leave a question. I'll make a video on it. These videos I make to help explain and teach and educate and whatever. Check out our channel. I appreciate it. I wish you a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.